Hi, my name is Greg Suddy, and welcome to the Sockers Insider News Magazine for October 2018. The San Diego Sockers are celebrating our 40th anniversary this upcoming season. The team is planning a number of special events in commemoration of this season-long celebration, including a soon-to-be unveiled new logo and a giant new banner. Both should be made public sometime this month. We will mention other 40th anniversary events through the course of this report. There are a number of announcements that were mentioned in the September edition of the Sockers Insider that we will review a little bit later. First, let's discuss some things that we haven't talked about. Last month, the Sockers were part of a significant 3-team, 6-player trade. The Kansas City Comets got 3 players, the Tacoma Stars got 2 players, including Matt Clare from San Diego, and the Sockers received defender Guerrero Pino. More than a few Sockers fans expressed disappointment in losing Matt Clare, and I was sad to see him go, but the addition of Guerrero Pino to the Sockers defense is going to be a positive gain. And speaking with Sockers general manager Sean Bowers last season, he expressed his focus on the back line. There is no doubt that this trade will help make an already powerful defense that much better. As reported in the Turf and Boards, Sean Bowers said, "We are excited to bring a player of Pino's caliber to San Diego. His ceiling is very high, and we think that he can be a great addition to what we feel is the best back line in the MASL," and I agree. I'm confident that everyone is aware by now that the MASL recently released their 2018-2019 schedule. The most common complaint that has been made is that the schedule does not allow any teams outside of that team's given conference, and most of the games are played within the team's division. 7 of the Sockers games are against teams from the Southwest Division. San Diego will have 2 road games versus the Dallas Sidekicks that have returned to the league, 2 home games versus Rio Grande Valley Barracudas, a home and away versus the Monterey Flash, and a single home game versus the El Paso Coyotes. The remaining 17 games will be facing the 3 teams in the Pacific Division, the Ontario Fury, the Turlock Express, and the Tacoma Stars. So Sockers fans and the players will be very familiar with these teams throughout the season. While I would have liked to have seen teams from across the country, I recognize 2 valuable reasons to appreciate this schedule. First, I don't like to discuss the financial end of the game very often. I'm not involved in the financial end of the game. It would be irresponsible not to give a nod towards the fiscal wisdom in attempting to keep travel costs down. This benefits some teams more than others, but it is a cost advantage to everyone compared to cross-country travel costs. Second, this kind of interdivision concentration is common in major sports, albeit those sports also allow for long-distance road trips. They have far more financial ability to do so. And in keeping within the division and conference, I am sure it is hoped that this will build the regional rivalries. It also makes for a more legitimate division standing at the end of the season when the teams have played a more equally balanced schedule within the division. I'm anxious for when the league can spread out more, but I'm happy with this scheduling while this game continues to strengthen. The San Diego Sockers season and home opener will be December 16th versus the Rio Grande Valley Barracudas. On opening night, the Sockers will have a special tribute for former coach Ron Newman, who recently passed away in Tampa, Florida. The Sockers are offering a number of ticket specials this season, along with the single game tickets. Supporter membership, that's season tickets, are available and come with a number of exclusive benefits, including but not limited to priority seating purchase for the playoffs, a meet and greet party, the ticket exchange program, season-long discounts at the Soccer store, and more. But the Sockers have a few other ticket specials. The Flex 4 plan allows you to pick up any 4 home games with the same seats for each game, a 15% discount of Sockers merchandise at the game, and priority pre-sale on playoffs tickets. The Flex 4 plan starts at $52. Also, the Soccer's Kids Supporter Club. This is the official club for Soccer's fans ages 14 and younger. The Soccer's Kids Supporter Club is full of some super cool specials, along with the 6 general admission ticket vouchers that headline the offer. It includes options to get a reduced price on 6 additional ticket vouchers, an invite to an exclusive meet and greet with the players, a one-time 15% discount at the Soccer's merchandise booth, a Kids Supporter Club t-shirt, and more. All of this for $49. Now, I want to give a huge shout out for some of the Soccer's players and their off-season activities on the field. That's right, on the field, off-season. I know that virtually every player in the MASL has reasons to be recognized for their off-season commitments. Soccer camps, community involvement, shoot, the list goes on and on. Clearly, the Soccers are no different, and if I could, I would recognize each of them. But for this segment, I want to highlight what some of the Soccers have been doing on the field. Rewinding to August this summer, our own 2-time goalkeeper of the year, Chris Toth, traveled to Hungary and competed in 2 beach soccer tournaments. I contacted Chris to help me accurately make this account, so I hope I get this right. First, Chris, along with former soccer Nick Pereira, competed in the Hungarian Beach Soccer League. This is a month-and-a-half long tournament, or league, with the top 4 teams making it to the playoff round. They played in Gianjos Energia, for the Gianjos Energia, and took the championship. This was the 2nd consecutive year that Chris won that title with the same team. Then Chris, still with Nick Pereira of the Tacoma Stars, and 2 other players from the MASL, Denny Waltman, also of the Stars, and Adriano Dos Santos of the Baltimore Blast, went on to the Balaton Cup. The Balaton Cup is an international beach soccer tournament including 4 teams. This time, it featured teams from the Czech Republic, Japan, Hungary, and the United States. The USA won every game and took the championship, while Chris Toth was awarded the Golden Glove. It's only right to also mention that Chris scored a decisive full field, and I mean full field, from right in front of his, just off to the right of the goal, full field shot in the net late in the game, tying goal in one of the games. Now, I didn't follow the futsal tournament in Thailand very closely, but I know that a number of MASL players took part as members of the Elite Futsal Utah. I understand the team had a pretty rough time there, but to get there and represent is huge. Along with that team was Soccer's player Felipe Gonzalez. Just a couple of weeks ago, the United States National Arena Soccer Team and the Mexican National Arena Soccer Team faced off in Bakersfield, California. 2 nights earlier, that same Mexico side faced Colombia and handed the Colombians a pretty solid defeat. But the game between the United States and Mexico was a nail-biter, with Mexico having a 1-goal lead at halftime and the United States fighting back for a 7-6 final win. The significance of these games is the large number of Soccers that played and participated in both of the United States and Mexico teams. There were 3 Soccers on the USA team: Brian Farber, Taylor Bond, and goalkeeper Boris Pardo. The national team of Mexico had 6 players from the Soccers: Manuel Rojo, Cesar Cerda, Raimundo Reza, Christian Gutierrez, Brandon Escoto, Eric Tovar, and of course, Coach Rene Ortiz. This is a good time to talk about the Soccers in the community. The Soccers are committed to providing San Diego with a spirit of charity, humanitarianism, and participating in activities that have a positive impact and enhancing the community. In a minute, I'll discuss the upcoming charity golf tournament, but now I'd like to mention a few of the many community outreaches the Soccers participated in last year. The Soccers held a blood drive with the San Diego Blood Bank and helped 450 people in need of blood. They collected 250 articles of clothing for the Mighty 1090 Holiday Clothes Drive. They provided tickets to over 50 charities for their special events. The Soccers teamed up with the San Diego Gulls and the Valley View Casino Center on recycling initiatives. They honored first responders and military personnel at the games. And there was a lot more. You can find all of their participation within the community at the Sockers website. San Diego Sockers were members of the North American Soccer League from 1978 to 1984. They won 2 NASL indoor championships, 1981-82 and 1983-84. The NASL is celebrating their 50th anniversary reunion this month in Frisco, Texas. I'm hoping to attend and represent the Sockers at this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to rub shoulders with some of the legends of this game. The Major Indoor Soccer League had been planning a 40th anniversary reunion this December in Las Vegas, Nevada, but the planning committee has run into difficulties and they have pushed that celebration back to the spring of 2019. The MASL held their fall meetings this past week. They made some rule changes, most significantly concerning goalkeepers and sixth attackers. They created a new disciplinary committee. They named Rogelio Cota deputy commissioner. Mr. Cota was the team owner of the Solos de Sonora from 2015 to 2018, and his focus will be to develop expansion and opportunities in Mexico. The league also announced the playoff structure for the upcoming season will be identical to how it was formatted last season. And just in review, that was a home-and-home plus mini-game if necessary in the division playoffs. The conference finals were a single elimination, as are the championship finals, Ron Newman Cup. At this time, I'd like to review some of the items that we discussed in previous Sockers Insider reports. It's pretty well known that the Sockers are actively determining the next Sockers alumni that will have his number retired and hung in the rafters, along with Julie V, Kaz Dana, Kevin Crow, Gene Wilrich, Brian Quinn, Zoltan Toth, and of course Ron Newman. This is the news. The Sockers have decided to keep the voting open until early January and then have the retirement ceremony sometime in March. So you have time to go to the Sockers website and cast your vote. The fans voting will comprise 25% of the value. The other 75% will be split equally among the media, the alumni, and the current staff and players. We also have discussed that the Sockers have created accounts with Amazon Alexa and Spreaker.com. Both of these sites offer access to Sockers news and podcasts. Spreaker.com is also the official game day simulcast channel. For both, search San Diego Sockers. It is also important to remind everyone that the Sockers are holding their second annual Sockers Charity Golf Tournament on Friday, November 30th at the Mount Woodson Golf Club. This event benefits the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society and is in honor of Travis Hackett. You can become an event partner to reach a great demographic or just get your foursome together to have fun. This is a great cause to help blood cancer. Once again, we are all pretty excited about Phil Salvaggio and Chiqui Luna getting together to produce one of the top quality tequilas available, Calafino. Chiqui recently spoke to San Diego Voyager. He said, "We have really taken our time introducing the finest of tequilas. We have a quality product one can stand by. We specialize in providing the customer with the best tasting tequila, aged much longer than most in each category, between 12 months and 7 years, and then finished off in a French oak barrel." I have spoken to Chiqui, and we are hoping to meet with him for a formal Ponto off-the-wall interview soon. And if I'm lucky, maybe I'll get a chance to taste one of these tequilas. Looking forward to that. A reminder, the Sockers held a very successful tryout in September, and there is another tryout weekend planned for November 3rd and 4th. I was unable to attend last month, but I will be able to make a first-hand report from the Sockers Indoor Center on November 3rd. Hopefully, we'll be able to broadcast a Facebook Live from the event. Looking forward to that, too, seeing some of these new guys coming out. The tryouts will be held from 9 a.m. to 12 noon both days, and the candidates must be present both days. Registration fee is $75, and you must be 18 years or over. You have to bring your own gear, no cleats. The tryouts are at the San Diego Soccer's Indoor Center at 3500 Sports Arena Boulevard in the East parking lot. That setup is literally in the parking lot right next to the Valley View Casino Center. It's a pretty cool arrangement they've got there for practice and these tryouts. Once again, it is my pleasure to personally recommend the Pro Sports Alliance of San Diego, the evolution and elevation of sports in San Diego. The Pro Sports Alliance of San Diego is an extremely comprehensive one-stop, go-to destination for everything about sports going on in our city, from arena soccer and hockey to lacrosse, basketball, and yes, football. And I just can't begin to list everything that those guys are covering there. It's amazing. You really got to go check it out. It's at prosportsalliancesd.com. So let me close out with what's been going on with me. Beginning in November, I will be co-hosting the Kick This radio show with Soccer Sam. Hopefully this gig will last through the length of the MASL season. I cannot begin to thank Soccer Sam enough for including me in his radio broadcast. I will be doing my best to bring on a variety of players, coaches, referees, and others during the course of the season. Also, with the exception of the Facebook Live broadcasts I did with Renee Ortiz and Zoltan Toth in memory of Ron Newman, I had decided that it was best to back away for a while in tribute of Coach Newman. I have tentatively agreed to meet with Chiqui Luna, Zoltan Toth, Eric Tovar, Craig Childs, and Chris Toth before the season starts in the continuing Ponto Off the Wall interview series. I've also put my feelers out to meet with Taylor Bond and Christian Gutierrez, and I'd also like to include Guerrero Pino and Christian Shigera to welcome them to the team. We're really excited to have these guys joining our side. I will be broadcasting a post-game show from the field online this season after every San Diego Soccer's home game. Super excited about that. I have begun to put together a series in accordance with the Soccer's 40th anniversary. This is called Julie V Remembers. This will probably be a 5-part series to be published in print, podcast, and video. Julie and I will go through some of his career highlights and memories of events and players. The first in the series focuses on Coach Ron Newman and will be published in connection with the Soccer's opening day. Tribute to Coach Newman. That first edition has been videotaped already. I'll be doing a transcript compiling of it, and then that will be what's published in the program on game day at the game. Julie and I will also have a surprise for everyone that attends the Soccer's alumni game, which happens to be my first wedding anniversary, April 7th. I have recently been contacted by Albion SC of San Diego of the NPSL and the WPSL to see how we can work together. So there looks to be more in the San Diego community, soccer community, coming together. While the circle expands locally, I will also be reaching out to some of the MASL teams to see if we might be able to get a larger footprint in marketing the sport outwards. We'll see how that goes. To get more information and news of what I'm up to and other arena soccer news, discussion, and information, go to the San Diego Soccer's website, the Turf and Boards website, blog, and YouTube channel, and our group page on Facebook, MASL Off the Wall. So this is pretty exciting. I hope to be launching Study on Soccer, a voice for the fans, soon online, to incorporate everything from opinion and podcast to interviews and discussion. I'm really excited about that. This has been Greg Suddy with the Soccer's Insider. Thanks, guys, for watching.